guys, and I'm going to be kicking off the new series in terms of videos, which is going to be a nutrition series. So today is proteins, but I'm also going to be doing carbohydrates, fats, macronutrients. Wait, that's them three, and I'm also going to be doing micronutrients, which is vitamins and minerals, covering them. But don't worry, because that's coming up in the next few videos. I've also got one more kettlebell video to show you, and it's going to be the hardest one. I feel, the Turkish get up. That's, trust me, if you talk to people who know what one is, or you've seen people do them, they are quite hard to show. But I've been practicing myself, so we'll give it a go. I might be able to cover it in one video too, which is even better, because then I can move on to this series even faster. So yeah, you can find me in my cabin, should I say. It's absolutely freezing, but it's better than being in that house right now, because because there's no quiet place. You know, Mum's got the Hoover on, stuff like that, so I'm not going to be able to give you guys the information if that's going on. So yeah, this is like the safe haven when it's sunny, that is, anyway. So yeah, so it occurred to me that this is something that needs to be said. This is something that people want to know. I was at work the other day, and one of my friends from work, who also follows and likes the page as well, was saying, "Oh, why don't you do a video on nutrition?" And I was thinking, do you know what am I going to cover in it? You know, because there's so many different things I could cover, and I don't want to be like making videos every other week on every single little detail. And then it occurred to me that, you know, why don't I just do macronutrients and micronutrients? But actually, you know, tell people what they are, as well as writing it down. So this is what I'm doing. Yeah, so shout out to him for doing that for us, you know, for giving us that inspiration to want to do them. So yeah, let's get into it. Got some notes written down here to help me justify what I'm saying, because I don't want to go off on a tangent all the time. So I've got it here to give me a little bit of a heads up, you know, and to keep me right, because I don't want to miss things out, important things that is, because, you know, if I'm ever to be a good personal trainer, a good fitness instructor, or anything for clients, it's got to be about how I address that. So let's get into it. So why is it important in your diet? Well, it's in every cell of the body, protein. So it's in your hair and your nails. So yeah, that's right, your nails, your fingernails, your toenails, and your hair too. It's mostly made up of protein. Your body also uses it to repair and build muscle tissue. So yeah, that's why people go to the gym and say, "Oh, I can have a protein shake," because that's why. So also, you need it to make enzymes. You need it to make hormones and other body chemicals too. It's very vital, actually. So it's also an important building block for bones, for muscles, for cartilage, for your skin and blood too. Much like carbohydrates and fats, it's known as a macronutrient. So that means that you need a relatively large amount of it to stay healthy. So this brings me on to the different jobs it does and what it doesn't do. So unlike carbohydrates and fats, your body doesn't store protein. So that's why people have supplements, to keep that storage going all the time. Yeah, that's something I didn't know the other week, and when I was researching a bit more to broaden my knowledge as well as what I've learned, that came up. And yeah, I understand now why people have supplements. Well, not 100% as such, but it's good to know. Also, if you have too much of it, what's going to happen is there's going to be a significant risk of a high cholesterol. This is due to the amounts of saturated fat in a lot of protein foods these days. So biggest one I know is, say, McDonald's or Burger King. You know, you have a burger, you have a Big Mac, you have your big Whopper. You know, that's what that's what's in it. A lot of saturated fat, and this can lead to heart disease and all sorts of strokes and health complications. Having too much. Also, it puts your liver and your kidneys under a lot of strain too. Having too much of it. So foods that contain, like, nitrogen, yeah, they're harmful to your body, very harmful in fact, and they must be eliminated. So the role of your kidneys is to filter out all this waste, and therefore if you have an excess amount of protein, it's not going to be able to filter it out too good. So yeah, you need to watch how much you have. I'm leaving the link in the description to an app that I've got on my phone for macronutrients and micronutrients. It's called MyFitnessPal, and that's good for your iPhone and all sorts. It's good to have on the go. I've got it on my iPhone and my iPad, and it's great, like. So anyway, what happens if you have too little proteins? Well, if it's just as bad as having too much. If you don't have enough protein, what can happen is you can have a lack of iron in your body, which leads to fatigue. So yeah, if you ever had them mornings where you're like, oh, I've had about 10 hours sleep and I still feel like I want to go back to bed, that's because you haven't got enough. You haven't got enough in your body. So you feel weak and you've got no energy whatsoever. You feel, oh, I'm just going to bash the coffees, I'll feel better. It doesn't work like that. If you haven't got enough of that in your body, then you're going to be tired all the time. So you need to, for example, this is why I don't skip breakfast. This is why I have Weetabix for breakfast, because it's got a lot of iron in, and it makes me feel full, makes me feel charged, especially with a cup of coffee. I'm ready to face the day. So yeah. Also, what else is bad is you need it to create new cells. You need it to create hormones and everything that I was saying before. If you don't have enough of that, you're not going to be able to do that. And you're not going to be able to grow muscles either. So yeah, you go to the gym, you don't have enough protein in your body, you don't have enough, then you are not going to gain. It's as simple as that. Also, you don't get any advantages from having too much protein. If anything, because people think, oh, if I have too much protein, it's like if I have too much fat, I'm going to turn fat. If I have too much protein, I'm going to be like Arnold. Nah, it doesn't work like that. In fact, it can make you worse. It can reduce your muscle size. Somebody's gone crazy with the horn there. So yeah, it can reduce muscle size if you have far too much as far too little. It can also decrease your strength and your stamina as well if you're having too much. And it can have a serious effect on your kidneys and liver as well. So yeah, that's basically the basics of proteins. Like I said, it's not going to be a massive video. It's not going to be an hour-long documentary. We'll dissect somebody's arm. We'll see what the muscles are like. Yeah, they're going crazy with a horn. So yeah, it's nothing like that. It's something that I feel like you guys should know, basically. So it's the basic level, So it's just basically what proteins are, what they do, the facts about them, what happens if you have too little, too much, and yeah, that's what I've covered right now. So my next video is going to be on carbohydrates. Well, actually no, my next video is going to be a kettlebell one. I know it's sort of like mixing between the two, but it's the last video in terms of the kettlebell series, so I'm going to be doing that one. That'll be coming out first before this video does, and then after that it's onto the carbohydrates, which yeah, you guys are buzzing for. Is psyched for that. I'm psyched for that, if you're not anyway. So yeah, carbohydrates is going to be exactly the same. It's going to be, why do we need them, why do we have them, the different jobs, and also I'm going to be adding a little bit of a nutritional tip in this one, like in that one as well, in terms of, because proteins can be difficult to sort of say, oh, this is what you need to have here and there and when, but in terms of carbohydrates, I've got a couple of tips with that as well. I'll cover water as well. I'll cover why water is important to our bodies as well. So actually, I'm quite thirsty as well. No, I'm not trying to sell the water. I'm thirsty. So that's what this new nutritional thing's going to be about. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed getting all the notes, you know, revising everything again, and actually coming out and telling people what it is, what it does. So yeah, the same again next week. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in that video.
And all the girls say I'm pretty fly for a white guy.